Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ernest Music Institute.
Hello dear, welcome once again to Ernest Music Institute. So in this video I'll be explaining the concept of our major scale, and I'll be explaining the solfa notations. I'll be teaching us how to play the solfa notation on the keyboard, and if you're a singer I would also be explaining the implications of the solfa notations to you as a singer. You know, it's very great if you have basic knowledge of all this basic music theory. So stay tuned with us and let's get right into it. Alright, so first and foremost, I'll be showing us how to play our solfa notations. And now, I know from experience that almost everybody knows how to play the solfa notation on the keyboard. Even those who are non-musicians, I've seen people just come up to the keyboard and just touch do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So it's something very simple and basic that everyone knows, even those who are not musically inclined. But now the difference, or what not everyone knows, is that you don't just come to the keyboard and just play your solfa notation. There are special fingers assigned to each note that you play when playing your solfa notation. So that's what I'm going to be teaching in this video. So remember our last video, I numbered our fingers. I said our fingers are numbered, that this is 5 4 3 2 1 and this is 5 4 3 2 1. Yeah, so just to be clear, we are playing on the key of C. Remember there are 12 keys. We are playing on the key of C, and what that means is that our do is going to be key C. Yeah, key C is our do. This, yeah, so this is our do. And in our WhatsApp community we've explained what it means. We've explained the concept of the 12 keys. So if you're watching this video and you don't understand what I mean by we're playing on the key of C, you might want to be part of our WhatsApp community. So back to business. Yeah, we're playing on the key of C and this is our do. So we know that all you have to do basically is just to start from your do and move. When you are playing on C, just go yeah. But like I said earlier, there are special fingers assigned. So on your left hand now, our left hand starts with the finger 5 and ends with the finger 1, and our right hand starts with the finger 1 and ends with the finger 5. So basically what you do is just this: you assign 5 to your do, 4 to your re. You understand it? So now the solfa notation consists of 8 notes, but we have just 5 fingers each on each hand. So what we do is this: when you play your do, re, mi, fa, sol, you've exhausted your first 5 fingers, so you cross to your third. I don't know if you understand what I just did. So I use my first 5 fingers on my left, and then I cross to my third and finish it up. So we have the number like this: 5 4 3 2 1 3 2 1. It's very simple. 5 4 3 2 1 3 2 1. Meanwhile, the keys that make up our solfa notations on the key of C, you can see them being displayed here. They are C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Now, your solfa notation is the same on every key, in the sense that your solfa notation is always do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, not any other combination of notes. Any other combination of notes might give you another scale, but not your major scale. Your major scale, I'll be explaining more of your major scale at the end of this video. Your major scale is given by do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, no matter which key you're playing on, any key at all. But now what is different on all the keys is the formation of keys that you play to give you this same major scale. Now on the key of C, to get my major scale, my solfa notation, they are basically the same thing. I would play C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. But if I was to play it on another key, that won't be the formation of keys. I hope you understand that. So I'm going to play it one more time: 5 4 3 2 1 3 2 1. Now that's just it on my left hand. Now on my right hand, it will be quite different. Yeah, you know, because here I started with my pinky and here I'm starting with my thumb. So on my right hand it will be 1 2 3. Yeah, just 1 2 3. You might want to pause. Then I'm going to cross back to my first: 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5. So basically, if you understand the numbering of your fingers, you would understand this part of the keyboard very well. You would understand how to play your solfa notations very well. That was why I had to, make all those things clear in our last videos. So if you don't know the numbers of your fingers, please help head on to our last video. So that's it. I'm going to do it again. 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5. It's very simple. So you notice how I'm turning 1 2 3. You can pass your first finger under to 1 2 3 4 5. The same thing when I'm crossing here. 5 4 3 2 1. I cross above 3 2 1. So that's it. But now we are not done. You can play it, or you should play it forward and backward. But now take note. Remember, our hands are opposites. We established this in our last video, so please follow me. Remember, our hands are opposites. Now our left hand starts with the pinky and ends with the thumb. Our right hand starts with the thumb and ends with the pinky. So now if I was to play this backward, if I was to play this backward on my left hand, because I'm starting with my thumb, then playing this backward would be as though I was playing this forward on my right hand. Here's what I mean. Remember when I was playing it when I played it on my right hand, rather, I used the fingering 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5. So now after playing this forward on my left, I want to play it backward. I'm going to use the same fingering I used to play this forward. I hope the backward and forward is not confusing you, but here's what I mean. Now I'm going to do 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5. So basically, whenever you start with your pinky, whichever finger and whichever hand you're playing on, whenever I start with your pinky, you go 5 4 3 2 1 3 2 1, and whenever I start with your thumb, you go 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5. So now in playing it backward on my right hand, I start with my pinky, so you already know I'm going to do 5 4 3 2 1 3 2 1. It's that simple. So I'm going to do it forward and backward now. 5 4 3 2 1 3 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5. It's better to play it that way. Just play it through without stopping. You shouldn't stop here. As you do, just play everything. Do re mi fa sol la ti do ti la sol fa mi re do. Here's what I mean. Most people play it like this. I'm playing do re mi fa sol la ti do. Then take a pause and go back. But I prefer my students or people I'm teaching to, just play it together. Do re mi fa sol la ti do ti la sol fa mi re do. Understand? And the same thing for your right hand. Do re mi fa sol la ti do ti la sol fa mi re do. So basically that's it. Then you should practice this a few times. You should practice this a lot. Practice it a lot of times. And let me clarify first. Now, you might be tempted to think that because each finger is assigned to one note or the other or something, maybe when you begin to play professionally on the keyboard, you might be required to use those specific fingers for each note too. But that is not exactly the case. Now, the essence of this exercise is is to get your fingers, or your hand rather, accustomed to the keyboard. The keyboard is built in a way to accommodate our fingers. That's how the keyboard was built. So this exercise is to get your fingers accustomed to it. It's the first thing that you need to do before you start playing and straighten out your fingers on the keyboard and all. So that's just the I think the main essence of this exercise is more like a finger exercise. It's not putting you under compulsion that you have to use your finger 5 for your do. Maybe you understand when you start playing chords and all, maybe in our subsequent videos. But that's just it anyway. So now, after you've played it over and over, you should try playing it with both hands. Now, it gets a bit tricky here, but I'll teach you a little trick that I use in playing it here, or that I used when I was learning it. So I'm just going to play it first. So we have so here's the trick. Now please make sure that before you proceed to play it with both hands, you've mastered it on your hands individually before you try to combine it. It gets tricky. Trust me, you want to master each hand on their own first before you try to bring them together. So here's the trick. First of all, when you are just learning it, take it slowly. Many people try to do it very fast and but no, it doesn't. You don't have to be that fast as a beginner. Take it very slow. You understand? So when you're doing it with both hands, now here's what you do. Learning to play the keyboard is like learning to split your head, or split your brain, because you are playing with both hands, and most of the time you are actually not even playing the same thing on both hands. I could be playing please don't get carried away with that. I could be playing something like basically I play two different things on both hands, so it's like I'm learning to divide my brain. So here's what we do. Since you are just starting now, you want to play your solfa notation with both hands, so you try and focus more on the hand that turns next. I'll repeat that. Try and focus more on the hand that turns next. Now if we start from our do, which hand is going to turn first? It's our right hand. Turn, I mean. Now after the first three notes, our right hand turns, right? So now you shift your main focus to your left hand. Do you understand? Do you understand what I just did there? Take it again. I'm more focused on my right because it's turning. I don't want to make a mistake. And then I shift my major focus to my left hand. Now the reason why this can work is because from the beginning, when I started with my pinky here, all I have to do is just play the first 5 notes are played with my first 5 fingers, so there's no stoppage, there's no breakage, nothing. So you can even play it with your eyes closed. You understand? So that's why you can focus more on this one where you have to turn. So now after this one turns, the next 5 notes are played with just these 5 fingers. You understand? So that's a little trick I use. So that is how to play your solfa notation. Remember, your left hand 5 4 3 2 1 3 2 1, and your right hand 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5, and going back is opposites. Yeah, just opposite. So basically that is how to play your solfa notations on the key of C. Now these notes, this do re mi fa sol la ti do that you've just learned now, the solfa notations, they form, it's basically like the foundation of the keyboard. They form every other thing. Chords are formed by a combination of these notes. Scales are formed by, you understand? So just make sure you follow this, you learned it. If you got any questions you can concerning this, you can drop that in the comment section. So let's go to the next thing. So quickly before we call it a wrap, I mentioned the major scale in this video. I said something about the major scale and the solfa notation. So let me clarify that. Now, the major scale is the solfa notation in the sense that the solfa notation is the notes we get, or the notes that make up our major scale. Now, before I explain more about the major scale, let me explain what a scale is first. So a scale in music is a combination of notes, a series of notes played together. So you just simply take a series of notes, play them one after the other, it gives you a scale. So now there are different types of scale. There are hundreds, thousands, even kinds of scale or types of scale in music. Different, but we are looking at the major scale today. Now there are different types of scale, but there are 2 main classifications of scale. There is the chromatic scale and the diatonic scale. I won't be explaining that in this video, maybe some other videos. But just know that the major scale that we're talking about today is a type of diatonic scale. So now what is the major scale? The major scale is a scale that has the formula of a whole note, half note, whole note, whole note, whole note, half note. Come now, let me break it down to you. Now, scales have formula. Basically all the scales, as many as they are in music, they have formulas, except when we're improvising the music. Of course, I could improvise a scale. I don't need any formula for that, but the scales of music have their formula. So the formula of the major scale is this whole note, half note, whole note, whole note, whole note, half note. So what this means is if I took my do is my root. If I took my do and I moved the whole note, remember I said whole notes first, I would get to re. If I moved another whole note, I will get to mi. If I move the half note, I will get to fa. A whole note to sol, whole note la. It continues like that. So it means the formula gives me the scale. I hope you understand. So let me quickly explain what I mean by a whole note. What is a whole note and what is a half note? Now, a whole note is a combination of two keys. It's a combination of two keys, whole note, while a half note is a combination of one key. Sorry, a half note is one key. Yeah. So a whole note is made up of two keys, a half note is made up of just one key. Think of it like a circle. Now, a circle is made up of two semicircles, right? Yeah. So two semicircles make one circle. The same way, two half notes make one whole note. So if a half note is one key, that means two half notes, yes, will make a whole note. So what do I mean? Now, let's apply it to the keyboard. Now, we have taken our do is the key of C, right? If I was to move directly to the next key, what's the next key after key C? That's C sharp or D flat. So now if I move from C to C sharp, that's a half note movement. If I moved another half note from C sharp, I would get to D. So now if we count from the distance from C to key D, that's a whole note difference because it contains two half notes. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So if I move directly from C to D, I've moved a whole note. If I'm to move a whole note from D, I'll get to where? E. Two keys. Remember, from D, count two keys, we have D sharp and then E. I hope you understand the formula. So if I was to move this one might be a little tricky. If I'm to move a half note from E, I will get to F. Because F is the key immediately after E. Yeah. So that's just it anyway. If you move from a key to the immediate next key, you have moved a half note. If you move a key and skip one key and move to the next, you have moved the whole note. So now what this means is, now we all know the keys that make up our solfa notation: C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, right, on the key of C. So from C to get to D, we move the whole note. Look at your keyboard if you have one with you. We move the whole note. From D to E, we move the whole note. From E to F, rather, we move the half note. From F to G, it's a whole note. So the formula applies there: whole note, half note, whole note, half note. So that's how that's the formula of the major scale, and that is what the major scale is. So now the major scale, this formula applies throughout the keyboard, no matter the key you start from. It means I could start from the key of E or F sharp, any one of the 12 keys. I could start from any one of these keys and apply this formula, and it will give me the do re mi sound. It will give me my solfa notation. Now the notes will be the same in the sense that it will still be do re mi fa sol la ti do, but what will be different is the keys. Yeah, the combination of keys I play to get my solfa notation will be different. So on the key of C, the combination of keys are C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. But if I was playing it on the key of C sharp, it will no longer be C, D, E, F, G. It will still give me do re mi, but totally different set of keys. But the stuff is that you can always apply this formula on the keys. So if you don't understand adequately on this major scale, don't worry, we will be treating it further on our WhatsApp community. So if you are interested in knowing more about the major scale, you should be part of our WhatsApp community. So that's all about the major scale for this video. Alright, so quickly I'll just talk about the implication of these scales and notes to you as a singer. What does it imply? How does it affect you as a singer? Why should I be concerned about these solfa notations? Now, this is it. I'll try to make it very brief. This video seems to be getting too long. Alright, so as a singer, you sing songs, yeah? But what actually happens when you sing songs is that you are singing notes. Now, not many singers know this. Unless you have this knowledge that we're trying to pass across, then you would not know this. As a singer, you sing songs, but you actually sing notes. Behind the lyrics of your songs are notes. What that means is, if I were to take away the lyrics of your songs, I could still sing your song without lyrics. I will just sing the notes of the song. Now let me explain. Let me take this song for instance, One Call Away by Charlie Puth. Yeah, the song goes, I'm only one call away, I'll be there to save the day. Yeah. Now, I want to sing this same song without the lyrics. The notes of this song are mi re do do re mi mi fa mi re do fa mi re. So behind the lyrics of your song are these notes. So now a proper understanding of this, what it would help you to do as a singer is it will help you to be able to manipulate. You'll be able to, when you know your way around these notes and you understand that you are actually singing notes, you'll be able to know how to, manipulate your way around them and sound better as a singer. For instance, now you hear some good musicians and singers run some riffs and runs. Now, what all those riffs are actually is just like you playing around with notes. It's like I come to my keyboard now and I just go down the keyboard, down the octave or up or something. That's like what you're doing when you're riffing with your voice. You're like, you know, other things that maybe you hear Beyonce run some riffs and it's not actually very hard. It might be technical, but it's not hard if you understand the concept of this, notes. You understand that she's just playing around with notes. And if you know how to use the right notes, how to combine the right notes in a riff or a scale or something, it will make you instantly a better musician, a better singer, whatever you are. So we'll be talking more about this, all this in our subgroups, in our WhatsApp community, So do well to be part of it. And that is the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching. God bless you. Okay, wait before you leave this video, because you stay with us up to this point, I want to sing for you. I'm only one call away. I'll be there to save the day. Superman got nothing on me. I'm only one call away. I'm only one call away. And this music institute just one call away. Thank you guys for watching. God bless you.